Hey, Alex.
Who's Alex? The only person here is me, Dracula.
Hey, Dracula, Alex.
Hey, Andrew.
Well, Dracula, thank you for joining us today. What is this?
This is Brains on the Outside.
Dracula, what's that?
It's a podcast about monster business ideas.
Now, I know what you're thinking, Dracula, that I sound like normal Andrew, but I'm actually werewolf Andrew, but in Monster Farm.
Okay. I see. I have a feeling this might be Halloween episode.
This is the spookiest time of the year.
It is indeed.
And in this new world where monsters reign supreme and all the normal humans are gone, I think, we now discuss monster businesses.
We have to hurry up with the episode before it becomes full moon.
I think we have a lot of monster business ideas to discuss.
We really do.
Should we go?
Let's go.
Let's do it. So, Mr. Dracula, life's pretty good now for his monsters.
It's brilliant. I love it.
It's the little things that changed. I mean, I like, we've retained some human culture, but only the good bits.
Oh, it's great.
There's only one dance now, the Monster Mash, but
yes,
it wasn't always like this, was it?
It wasn't, though. They had things like Grey's Anatomy.
That sucked.
And newspapers.
I mean, who needs that?
That's rubbish. Someone else's idea of what is going on in the world.
Monster culture is fairly static. Like, this is what a vampire has been for the past 2,000 years. Why doesn't it just be perfected at the beginning? Apart from this podcast, we're just bringing innovative business ideas.
Well, obviously. I mean, monsters still need innovation.
Exactly. Now, I feel the first innovative business idea for us kind of borrowed from the humans, but it really helped us out.
Couldn't have done the Monster Uprising without it.
The issue, I also believe, is heard at humans for a while as well. It's about planning meetings and getting people's calendars to line up, because it's pretty difficult for us monsters.
Yeah, I understand. It was very difficult for the humans to coordinate when some were parents and some were not parents, and some people went to football and some people did this, and trying to organize something together at the same time is very difficult.
It's worse because now, I can't go out on a full moon. You can't go out during the day.
Not during the day, no.
When it's raining, Mr. Gremlin can't come. Loch Ness Monster can't leave the loch.
Can't leave the loch. Also, very, very private monster.
Yeah. No, we tried to organize a few meetings, right?
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Like, we tried to accommodate Kraken and the Loch Ness Monster, but then
Krakens are all salty, means witches can't come because they can't cross the salt lines.
Yeah,
exactly.
I forgot about that one. And the mummies can't come because it's like soaking in the water.
Wet. Yeah,
obviously
they shrivel up.
Yeah.
And
that was the first big innovation for us in technology. I feel, realizing how by changing some of our ways we can really advance. Well, stealing the metaverse idea, basically. Meetings in the metaverse.
Meetings in the metaverse. We like to call it the Monsterverse.
Yeah.
Obviously. They've really revolutionized everything about the world.
And it's not just the timings, it's the locations. Like, you couldn't go to you couldn't go to human restaurants, could you?
No, the garlic is all over the place.
Exactly. I mean, you couldn't go to the karaoke bars because the sirens get really excited and they start singing, and then you lose so much time there. You lose so much time, the meeting's over. I think the metaverse was a huge big win for us.
Yeah, it was absolutely brilliant. You go, you can't smell the swamp monster because there's no smell in the metaverse.
Oh, yeah. They do have comical stink lines coming off them now, which was a pretty good
nice
update.
He's very proud of that. Proud of the stink lines. Proud of the stinkiness the monster is.
He worked hard for that. Yeah. That's one of the distinguishing features.
Yeah, that's important.
We celebrate the breadth and diversity of monsters here.
It's
in
true.
Monster World now.
The only real challenge was making enough headset sizes for all the different monsters, and also for the placements of the eyes. Yeah,
I mean, it's actually simplified some of them. Like the Cyclops needed basically half a set. I was a bit jealous because it's these headsets cost like £1,500.
It's expensive.
Expensive. His cost £750.
But the Beholder, his headset was like £27 million. So many eyes.
That was the GoFundMe for that was rough.
Yes.
But we're not taking the same mistakes that humans made into this world. We're going to share our wealth. But I think from there, I think we learned a lot about the value of innovative business. And I've seen a lot of interesting stuff out there in the world recently.
A lot, yes, a lot of stuff.
Yes, I think, should I just tell you a few I saw?
Yeah, well, when you start, yeah.
Yeah, so my buddy, Mr. Frankenstein,
yeah,
he's having a great time now. He can go out, people stare at him a lot less, but he is kind of aware that his body is a conglomeration of 25 other bodies sewn together.
Yeah.
But he started a business about putting Frankensteins back together again. He finds the other Frankensteins that were made with the other parts of the body, you know what I mean? Like, so your leg came from a person, and that person, their arm went to another Frankenstein. So he's going to try and reconstruct all the original people from like 25 different Frankensteins.
Oh, that's a lovely story.
It's a real heartwarmer, that one.
Making them whole again. It's good.
And another big problem, though, the haunted house industry did pretty poorly.
Oh, of course, yes.
But they innovated, they twisted, they saw this problem, and they got out of it by, a haunted house is now just a house.
House, yeah.
Yeah. But now, what's a haunted house? And they realized very quickly, that's just a normal human house.
It's terrifying.
It's fucking scary.
It's terrifying human house.
No cobwebs. No jump scares. But they are doing fantastic now.
Sleep in bed is very strange.
There's a lot of work going around as well for sort of maintenance people and builders. An example I saw was the stop signs on the road, the green men.
Mm-hmm.
There's no men anymore.
Oh.
So now there's green beholders and red beholders and green vampires. So when you're crossing the road, it just feels more like you see yourself, and it's more exciting.
That's lovely, actually. And the transportation is a really interesting problem for monsters, you know.
Yeah.
For ooze, though, it's very easy. We just install tubes everywhere. Just pipe ooze into the tubes.
Well, again, the first trials, we had to build new tubes for it, and then they realized the water system actually exists. So the ooze just travels through the sink.
Yeah.
It's great.
Ooze wants to go to a new place, just flushes.
You said about travel as well. Another industry I learned about that innovated a lot was the crash test dummy industry. All of a sudden, they had to do a lot of work updating their crash test dummies to look like a beholder or a cephalophore or a kraken as well. So there's a lot of work there if any of the monsters out here need some gainful employment.
Yes, one thing humans left us with, which I really do not like, is very unrealistic body image issues, you know.
Yeah.
All of their outfits, for their monster outfits, was sexy this and sexy that, sexy Swamp Thing.
You see all those sexy monsters, and I'm like, my werewolf form, it ain't looking like that.
It's not like that. So therapy for monsters to help them feel better about themselves.
As we said, we're trying to not take in the humans' mistakes into our world.
It's true.
Yeah.
Also, now that it is acceptable to be a monster, you do not have to hide away anymore. You can walk down the street, but that's very difficult if you are a private monster, like Abominable Snowman.
Yes.
Or Loch Ness Monster, who has been hiding away for a long time but enjoys that hermit lifestyle. So private retreats for monsters. It's a very important thing for us these days.
I hear they're doing very, very well. My problem is I can't go to those. Well, I had to plan it quite well. Let's go to the calendaring problem. You know, I have to plan it really well. Sometimes they're booked up when there's not a full moon. It just gets awkward.
Yes, and there is a bit of a difficulty around if you are a mummy and you have hot stone massage.
Yeah.
Just, up in flames.
Dracula, I know I said that we try to leave behind some of the human flaws in this world, but we still have given in to rampant capitalism, consumerism. So do we have an advert for this episode?
We do, and it's very human-centric. Humans obviously celebrated Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
We quite like. That was one of the things that we liked about the humans was the Halloween celebration with the candies and the kids and everything and everyone getting dressed up. So we obviously have to change that because we can't have monsters dressing up on monsters because that's totally inappropriate.
It's very weird.
So instead, obviously, monsters dress up as humans.
I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So I own a costume shop on the side, only open at night, obviously.
Obviously.
But we sell humans of all different shapes and sizes
Mm-hmm.
for people to dress up as.
How's that going?
It's going pretty good. Yeah.
As a werewolf who looks like a human 95% of the time, what would you recommend for me?
Well, obviously, you need to look more like a scary, unpleasant human
Okay.
than you do now, Monster Andrew.
Right.
So maybe something like a Chris Hemsworth costume.
I'll pop along next time then I'm pretty certain the full moon isn't going to come out. What's your shop called?
Oh, Dracula's Ghastly Human Skin Emporium.
It's very literal. I like it.
Yeah.
Dracula, if one of the monsters out there had a really good business idea that they wanted to share with us,
Oh, yeah.
because that's what we're all about, sharing creative business ideas for monsters, what would they do to do that?
They would squish their squishy appendages or whatever they have against their totally amazing mobile phone and look at the show notes for this episode of the podcast. And they will see in there a link to a Google Doc
Nice touch.
that they can fill in to send us an idea across the internet. I don't know why I said it like that. It's just a normal internet. Welcome back. Are you sure that you are definitely a werewolf and not just a human pretending to be a werewolf?
I don't know if you can ask that, Mr. Dracula.
Oh, okay.
I thought maybe.
Apologies.
That's okay. We all make mistakes. But it got me thinking. Your business, you've been telling us about a problem that some of the werewolves I know have been having about. Well, we can't hunt the humans anymore because there's no more humans. They're all gone.
Delicious humans.
Delicious, tasty humans. And we were wanting like a Nerf version of it.
Oh.
The humans had Nerf guns, like fake guns. We were wondering maybe we could pool our resources and people could use your costumes when it's not Halloween.
Yes.
To sort of fake play hunt humans.
Oh, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this a lot.
Right, we'll set this business up.
Okay, let's do it.
Off air.
We give you Nerf stakes.
Yeah.
Stab us with as well. Lovely.
Fun.
Yeah.
See, we still have fun in the Monsterverse.
A lot of fun in the Monsterverse. We also have love in the Monsterverse. I am starting up alongside Dracula's Human Skin Emporium. I am starting up also a dating agency.
Ooh.
Did you know?
Ooh.
It's very specific.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just aimed at Frankensteins.
Right.
To find them the other half of the heart that they have.
This is a big problem for Frankensteins, being separated from the rest of their body parts.
It's a nightmare, yeah.
It's such a cute love story as well.
It is.
Like,
yeah,
finding out that you have a very literal soulmate now.
It's difficult to check. We have to cut you open and take heart out and put it together to see if it fits. And if it does, we have to then put it back in again.
I guess that's quite a traumatic experience for a Frankenstein who has been cut open quite a few times.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's worth it. Yeah. I found as well, apart from just like Frankensteins and their hearts and the body parts, people are losing a lot more stuff now. There's a lot more accessories now, and there's a lot more body parts that can fall off.
Oh, to drop off is true.
Yeah, I have a friend who's a cephalophore, they carry their head around.
Oh.
And you lose that. You lose your body, you're in big trouble for a long time.
Yeah.
There's a lot, I know a lot of skeletons who are just dropping body parts all over the place.
All over. Zombies. It's something rots away, falls on floor,
drops off the floor,
ignore it.
Oozes and goos. You're traveling through the pipes in the sink somewhere. Someone accidentally puts a plug down halfway through you escaping. Terrible. There's a lot of ancient amulets, weird crystals, all sorts of pieces of jewelry that you use for magical incantations. They're going missing all the time. Lost and founds, I've heard in the Harvard Boozeness review.
That was really good.
Thanks. Thank you. I hear Lost and Founds are really coming back.
That's good, because another thing that I've heard about is a travel agency where if your body comes to pieces, we just take you to pieces and put all the pieces in envelopes and post them one at a time. So if one goes missing, screwed. But it's very cheap. High risk, high reward.
You're saving a lot of money. And the money you save, you can then go to this bounty hunter lost and found service to go find your missing bit. And there's a lot more traveling now. A lot more work is sort of international long range because archaeology is a very big career choice for us monsters. Mummies love it. Lots of excavating tombs.
You might find a friend.
Yeah. You're digging through a pyramid. You're a mummy. You might make a new mummy friend. You're guaranteed to make a new skeleton friend.
That's very good. A lot of archaeology tours and holidays that people can go on at the moment. There are some difficult things about being in the monster world. Mm-hmm. Like, it's very difficult to secure anything because ghosts can just walk straight through the walls and into whatever it is that you're trying to secure. So I was thinking that maybe I would start another business alongside my other businesses where we would secure your things by just making the inside of your house or your bank vault very, very confusing. So ghost comes through the wall and everything is upside down.
Oh, see, can I help you out here? So you can make it a labyrinth.
Yeah, exactly.
And then the minotaurs can work there.
We are always helping with the unemployment problems of the monster world.
Thank you for joining us today, Mr. Dracula. Your busy schedule. You're a very entrepreneurial monster.
Yes, I'd really like to invest in high-stakes businesses.
Hey. This is the sort of comedy you get on Brains on the outside. If there's other monsters out there, or humans, somehow, if we still exist, that have a business problem.
Wait, did you say we?
If they still exist, shit. Wrap this up quick. If the humans still exist, help me. How can they get in touch?
So the best way that they could do it is use their weird opposable thumbs and warm, clammy hands to take out their telephones, swipe to the show notes, go down the page until you see the link to Google Forms and click on the link and fill in the form and send it back to us. And then our human counterparts, they will deliciously look at your ideas and read them out on the radio airwaves.
That was wonderful to hear, Dracula.
Thank you.
I really love your accent.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very, very Dracula-y.
I think so, yes. It's a very specific Dracula.
Right. I guess, well, me, the werewolf, and you, Dracula, we won't be back next week, but there'll probably be some humans back next week. And I guess as long as you're a creature that does this, well, I don't know, do creatures, does any monster have their brain on the outside?
Only a zombie who is missing. No, wait. Yes.
All the creatures aside from the zombies who keep their brains on the outside normally, keep your brains on the outside.
Keep your brain on the outside. Human Andrew.
Ah!